I had something plugged into my phone the whole time we were doing that video, and so there's no sound, which is totally cool because we were dealing with a fussy baby who's still fussy. So I'm going to try and make this quick. I fully intended on Bob being part of this video. Okay. I fully intended for Bob to be part of this video. He intended for it, but since I'm the one that knows how to do all this, I'm just going to roll with it really quick. So, welcome. I'm Stephanie. I am an EMT, yoga instructor, fitness instructor, certified holistic health coach, and just a spirituality junkie / guru. This is Bob. He is your doTerra wellness advocate, a paramedic. Hi, baby. This is Callista, a personal trainer, and a Zen enthusiast. We both live on a lake. We are wannabe homesteaders and self-proclaimed professional coffee drinkers. And we wanted to do this to explain to you how we use essential oils in our home, with our family, on our homestead that we're starting. And we wanted to specifically talk to you guys about how we are using it in the coming weeks with school starting. So, first, what is an essential oil? So, essential oils are made from plants, or fruit, whether it's the root, the bark, the petal, the leaf. It can come from any part of it. It just depends on the oil and the plant or fruit. So, like our fruit ones, like our lemons and limes, that comes from the rind. And these are considered volatile organic compounds. So basically, they're molecules that have protective, reproductive, and regenerative properties or purposes. And that is how they work for us. There are 3 ways that you can use these oils. You can use them topically, so on your skin, aromatically, so you can rub it on your hands and inhale it that way. You can use it in a diffuser. And you can use them internally. So you can, a lot of people, depending on the oil, can drop it in their mouth and just, drop a drop in their mouth and that's it. Some people like to add it to their water. It just depends. You can also add it to your food. So how does it work if we use it topically? It's very, very similar to topical medications. If you're familiar with pain patches, our skin is somewhat permeable, so it will permeate through the skin and you'll get the benefits that way. It's the same way nicotine patches work or hormone patches. For inhalation, an easy way for you to understand it is if you have ever smelled eucalyptus or peppermint, then you know that once you inhale that, it helps to open your sinuses. But there are other ways too, and I'm going to read this so I make sure that I say it correctly. I have like one long quote that I got. It says, during inhalation, odor molecules travel through the nose and affect the brain through a variety of receptor sites, one of which is the limbic system. This limbic system is commonly referred to as the emotional brain. It's directly connected to those parts of the brain that control heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, memory, stress levels, and hormone balance. So this is often why smells can trigger memories, whether they're good memories or bad memories. If it's a good memory, you have that feel-good feeling, and it releases all those feel-good hormones in your body, and it helps lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rate, and just all over relieve stress. Conversely, everybody's different. Everybody has different preferences for smells and whatnot. So you could smell something that you don't like and have the opposite effect. It's all about trial and error. We chose doTerra because in our research we found that they were the most, for one, unadulterated. So that means, like I was saying earlier, actually I think that might have been the other video. It was the other video, so I'll restart. So doTerra is really big on growing these crops in areas where they're indigenous too. So a lot of companies like to say that they make their oils, they farm and raise their oils in the United States, and it's supporting the United States economy, and that's great. I'm all about supporting our economy. But that means that your oil is not going to be as effective if it were grown in the land that it is supposed to be grown in, and the conditions and the weather and the soil that it's supposed to be grown in. So we know that the oils that we're getting from doTerra are being harvested in 100% the place in the United States, in the world where it's supposed to be harvested. It's also being harvested by farmers that are expert on that crop, not just, farmer that you ask to grow something for you. These farmers have been growing these crops in their areas their whole lives. That's all they know. It's all they do. They are the local experts. And what's great about that, as a side note, and I'll get into this in a little bit more, that also means that we're supporting their economy. Because if you think about it, these are countries that are not as fortunate as we are in the United States. And while I'm all about supporting the United States, I'm all about, we're all humans and everybody deserves to live a comfortable, happy, non-impoverished life. So supporting these farmers supports them and their economy. It helps them come out of poverty. It helps them have fresh, clean water and food and a roof over their heads and clothes on their backs. So that is really important to us to know that that is a big part of doTerra. doTerra's oils are also certified pure therapeutic grade. So that means that you know that you have the quality, the purity, the efficacy, and the consistency that you would expect in something that you're going to use on your skin, that you're going to put in your body, and that you're going to, diffuse in your home, that you're going to use on your family. You want something that you know is pure, unadulterated. It doesn't have additives. It's not synthetic. It's real quality oil. A really cool thing that I didn't know that Bob taught me about doTerra and their testing practices is that each bottle has its own unique number, and you can go on the website, you can enter that number, and it can tell you the whole testing process and the results of that particular bottle, which is amazing to me. They have strict production protocols, and they do it by a third-party company who doesn't make money off the sale of the doTerra oils, who is also certified in testing essential oils. So a lot of companies will say that they sent it off to a third-party testing site, but that third-party testing site also tests all kinds of other chemicals and things like that, and it's not specific just for essential oils. So they're not experts per se in testing essential oils. Let me make sure I'm trying to stay on track and get this done quick because I know that it's late. Okay, so getting back really quick to the charitable work before we get into how we use the oils, I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview about us and the oils and why we chose doTerra. So I was talking about the charitable work. There is an umbrella called Healing Hands, which is the charity that oversees all of the other sub-charities of doTerra. So the sub-charities, they each have their own individual name, but I'll just tell you what they do. They do financing for small businesses, and this is more specifically for the small businesses like the farmers in the other countries who don't have access to safe financing resources, and so they do unsafe, and they can lose a lot of money, which means that really affects their families and their homes and their livelihoods. So doTerra helps do business financing for these small business owners. They also provide girls around the world with education about feminine hygiene. They give them kits, and they do it in a dignified way. They are really big into rescuing children from sex trafficking, and I don't know if you guys are aware, but since we're all in this group pretty much from the Richmond area and we're close to DC, we are a big hub right now for sex trafficking. And if you're in any mom groups like I am, you can read almost daily the encounters that moms are having at big stores like Walmart and Target and stuff like that, where these strangers are coming up and talking to them and talking to their children. And that's potentially, you guys are potentially looking at sex trafficking. So it's a big deal, and it's really something that's come to light to me since I've had a daughter, and really scares the crap out of me. And I think about if something were to happen to Callista, I would reach out to these, people that like doTerra that, that do work for sex trafficking. In any case, sorry, I got off on a tangent. They also have wellness advocate programs. So the wellness advocates themselves can go out and help with these charities and do the charitable work, see where the oils are coming from, see the communities that they're helping, and get involved. And I think that is amazing. A wellness advocate, which is what Bob is, can also, if you are involved in any kind of service or program, you can ask doTerra for assistance for that as well. They have this whole application process that you can fill out and get assistance for your own charity that you're interested in. And the last thing, which I touched on a little bit, is the co-impact sourcing, which is the responsible method that they use for sourcing the oils in places that best sustain the plants to make the best quality essential oils that we want to use for our families. And using this co-impact sourcing, it elevates these communities and it brings them out of poverty, and it really helps provide a fair wage for them so they can lead better, healthier lives. They have all kinds of humanitarian projects in Bulgaria, Guatemala, Haiti, Kenya, Madagascar, Nepal, Somalia. And a lot of these are about equal opportunities and creating independent lifestyles for children that age out of orphanages. So there's all kinds of amazing charities that doTerra does that we are super interested in and love. Are we looking good? Okay. So this week, and we will be talking a lot about how you can use essential oils in your home for yourself and for your children to help your immune system, since we're starting back at school and the kids are going to be bringing all these cuties home. I don't know about you guys, but when our kids are in school, specifically the younger ones, they bring all kinds of cuties home, and I feel like somebody, if not all of us, are sick every single week. These are oils too that are good for the mind and the body. So it's good for the body because it helps our immune system, but a lot of these oils have uplifting properties. They help you focus. They give you energy. So it's mind and body that these oils help you with. Generally speaking, the oils that we're going to talk about that are used for immune support, and this is not limited to these oils, this is just generally speaking: wild orange, On Guard, which is the doTerra proprietary protective blend, thyme, and lemon. These can be used, like I said, you can diffuse them, you can use them internally, and you can use them topically. Some require dilution, so we can talk about that. Some don't. For example, I love to add the lemon oil to my water. It flavors my water because I drink a ton. I'm breastfeeding, so water can get kind of boring. So it adds some flavor to my water, and I'm also getting the added health benefits of the lemon oil. Let me see. You can make hand soaps and hand gels, like hand sanitizers, out of the oils. If you follow our Zen page, every Monday we share a Make It Monday, where we basically share the process of some homemade DIY thing that we've made and that we use in our home. We've done hand soap, glass cleaner, baby wipes, dishwasher pods, all kinds of stuff. So if you follow our page, you can look in our shop section and find the ebooks and instructions, and that's pay what you wish. When you check out, you pay what you want to pay. We don't ask for any specific price in our family. Appreciates you supporting us. There's also DIY Friday. It's the same thing. It's Make It Monday, DIY Friday. It's the same thing, just a different name. So generally speaking, vetiver is great for its calming effects. We've been diffusing that a lot lately around the house. Peppermint is great for low energy. Side note, peppermint's not good if you're breastfeeding. It can lower your supply. So if you're doing that like I am, I would stay away from peppermint. Past tense and in tune are doTerra's pre-diluted rollers, and this is past tense. So it's pre-diluted in a roller ball. It's the essential oil with fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil is coconut oil in its liquid form. And there's all kinds of ways you can use them depending on what it is. You can roll it on your pulse points. You can put it on the back of your neck. I use the Clary Calm, which is the women's blend when it's that time of the month, and the pulse point or the, I can't think of what it's called right now. Reflexology point for it is the back of the ankles. You can use it on the abdomen for cramps. But in any case, these pre-diluted are safe for children. You can use them on the bottoms of their feet or on their spine, their necks. It's amazing. And so the Pax Tense and the Intune is great for easing stress and sustaining focus, which we'll get into that more in some of the posts later on this week. I touched on that in the post a couple hours ago. You can also use your essential oils in food, which I kind of talked about that. So some great ideas to make for kids, and if you're interested in the recipes, let me know. I'll get them for you. But you can do wild orange peanut butter sandwiches, cinnamon apple chips. Those sound really good. Cinnamon peanut butter and granola sandwich, which sounds amazing to me. And then lemon kale chips. It does sound good, doesn't it? So there's so many ways to use these oils and incorporate them into your life, into your kids' lives, and just all around add the added health benefits and avoid doctors, medications, tissues. And you don't have to, you can make your own hand gel and not have to have all the chemicals and stuff that you're not sure what's in it. So that's great. So a couple of quick shares. One of our favorites for immunity is On Guard, and I touched on that a little bit. On Guard is doTerra's proprietary blend of oils, and it's called their Protective Blend. Personally, I kind of don't like the flavor of it. It's a really harsh flavor. But because of the way I've seen it work, I'll deal with it. Bob likes the flavor of it. I kind of don't like it. It has clove in it, which I'm a big fan of at Christmas time, but not all the time. But there was one day, it happened to Bob first. He woke up with a sore throat, scratchy throat, and what did you gargle with it?
Yeah, gargle and then swallow it.
He gargled with the On Guard and then he swallowed it. It obviously didn't have immediate results, but when ordinarily we would have, what'd you say?
It was very quick.
It was very quick, and ordinarily it would have been like an all-day sore throat, maybe a couple of days, maybe it was, something that we passed on to somebody else, but that was it. No more. And the same thing happened to me like the next day or a couple of days later. I started to feel that same thing, and I ended up just putting the On Guard on my tongue and swallowing it, which that was rough. But it worked, and because it worked, I ended up putting the On Guard in my drink and drinking it, and it tastes disgusting to me that way. Bob did not mind it at all, but it tasted disgusting to me. But if I'm sick and want to avoid sickness, I want to avoid going to the doctor, I will deal with a couple minutes of a nasty taste in my mouth so we don't get sick. You can also diffuse On Guard in your diffuser for you guys to breathe in the properties and keep the air clean and ward off germs that way. So that's just one little tip. That's one of our favorite little things. You're so silly. That's our daughter. That's one of our favorite oils that we use for immunity in our house. And I don't want to give it all away, and this video is long enough, so we'll chat more about this. There'll be more posts. If you have any questions, feel free to message the Zen page, and Bob or I will answer everything as soon as we can. You want to cut the video off? You guys have a great evening, and sorry about the first video. Sorry this was late, but have a good night. Bye. Bye.